They don't have a chair for Skeletor?
I want to talk about Wakanda Forever, Black Panther 2. Right, so obviously it's out for people who don't know. It's out this Friday, this weekend anyway, coming next weekend or whatever. And the reactions are coming in. There's people who've seen pre-screeners, like critics, like they've come in, they've seen it, and the reactions are coming out, and they're
I've been
saying,
trying to get one. I couldn't get one. I've been trying to pull my strings, man. I've been trying to get into one of these Wakanda screeners, and it ain't
they are
happening.
saying this film is like they're praising it, but it has strong praise, the ability to tell an intimate, heartfelt story with a bigger scope. Film critic Orlando Melando said that the film poses a maturity and seriousness rare seen on
That
them.
says Maldonado.
Well, these are critics who've actually seen it and have put down. Now, what I was going to say is, I also read that there's pacing issues, but apart from the pace issue, it makes it sad. It's great, and for people who aren't big Marvel fans here, there's no post credit scene. There's only going to be a mid credit scene. So just so you know, for people who are waiting for another one, but they're
Okay,
saying
that's
this.
good to know before I go sit through this damn movie.
You know
But
what I mean? But I'm still probably going to wait to the end just in case.
just because this,
But
bro, I think by the end of the screen they gonna drop a RIP Chadwick Boseman or something, or a montage or something. I
maybe.
think it might not be a credit scene, but there will be something on the screen at the end of the movie. At least that's what I think.
Well, I mean, look, this film is coming out, and there's a lot of hype about this film. Now, everyone's giving it good praise, and hopefully it is as good because you know yourself, all these critics, they can say what they want. That don't mean shit until you see it, I see it, you guys who are watching this see it. Everyone's different, but hopefully they do it justice because Chadwick Boseman, his presence should be felt in this film, even though he's not in it. Do you know what I mean? He needs to be felt that he's part of this, even though he's not. And I'm hoping they give us what we like. Now, I'm also worried about the overhyping this movie. Now, for people who are going, what do you mean? What I'm saying is, when something gets overhyped and we go and see it, maybe you're a bit let. I mean, I've been let down a few times, like by stuff.
Yeah, definitely,
I'm worried
definitely.
about people overhyping it to get people in, and then it's more important to get people in to watch it than how the film's going to be. What do you think, Davey?
You know what I noticed though? I noticed that I am afraid of the overhyping, but at the same time, when you pay attention to the reviews and the comments made from the people that have seen it, I think these are things that we already knew. Like
Yeah,
them saying that Angela Bassett kills it,
Oscar
like
buzz.
knocks
The
it out, knocks
Oscar
it
buzz.
out of the park. We
Yeah,
saw that in the trailer. You know what I mean? Like her speech in the trailer, like that shit gave me goosebumps. Like it was really, really like it hits you, and I'm like, dang, like Angela Bassett is gonna kill this shit. Like I felt that shit. And then when Namor talked in the recent trailer, I was just like, damn, he about to kill this shit too. And it's just like those two people were mentioned as like really great have really great roles in this movie and do a really good job. And just based off of the trailer alone, we can see that, and to me, I was like, okay, that's a given. This movie is going to be visually stunning. It's going to be emotional. And we know this because of the trailer. The one thing that I'm really hoping though is that the movie doesn't ride too much on a tragedy in order to get it through. Like,
yeah,
how some movies are just good because they're really sad and they make you feel. So you make that correlation with, oh,
yeah,
sadness equals a good movie. But then
yeah.
when you really think about it in hindsight, you're like, okay, just because it makes me feel, it doesn't mean that it's a good movie. So
Yeah.
I really hope that it's a lot to this movie, that I really hope this movie has a lot of depth to it. I hope it's a meaty project and it tells a really good story. But I
Hope so.
mean, based off of what we're seeing, a lot of people are praising it, and I have really good expectations for this movie.
So have I. I mean, I'm hoping it's, as I said, I'm hoping it's as good as everyone's saying, but I will hold my reservations until I see it. But I mean, his presence, as I said, needs to be felt in this, and apparently it is. And like you were saying, just because something make you feel sad at the end, like look at Titanic, a lot of people were crying at the end of that. Well, it was like a 3 hour film to get there. Actually, no, that's a bad one. That's a good movie, really. It is. But as I said,
Yeah,
just because it makes you feel away doesn't mean the film is good. I want it to be everything that it's saying. It seems like they have put a lot of love in it. And also, just on a different subject, I personally am glad they didn't recast him. Now, a lot
Oh
of
yeah,
people,
let's give him a hand for that shit. Let's
yeah,
give him a hand for that
I was like,
because they could have easily did that.
would you, all right, if Marvel rang you and said, right, we want to cast you as the new Black Panther, I'm telling you now, as much as you're great, you are looking for trouble because you're like, I'm stepping into this guy's shoes and nobody
Yeah, I'm
wants to.
like, nah. I'm saying
Regardless,
no. I don't
glad they did.
respectfully. I'm saying no.
I'm glad they didn't because it feels too soon. I know it's been a couple of years, but it feels too soon. It's still raw.
You know
A
what's
lot of people
wild though?
huh?
I want to mention something that I read, and somebody mentioned it, and it started like a really crazy discussion. And I didn't realize that there was a lot of people that actually felt the way that this person felt. This person said that he believed that Marvel should have went forward
Yeah, a lot of
with
people are.
recasting him, right? And the reason why he said it is he was saying that although everybody adores Chadwick Boseman and it's sad what happened to him, that he wasn't some stellar performer as T'Challa. Like he didn't do something that knocked it out of the park, and that he was outshined by Michael B. Jordan's Killmonger. And he was just saying that based off of that alone, like he wasn't really a strong character even in his own movie. So therefore, he can be recasted. And I was just like, I don't think that was, and me personally, I'm thinking like that's not the matter of the point. This man, I think that the bigger picture is that Chadwick Boseman gave a lot to this franchise, and he provided a lot. And his untimely death was, it hit a lot of people. And out of respect for him, I don't think it would be right for them to recast, even if Chadwick Boseman himself wanted them to recast. I think it would be better for them to just move forward and then give the mantle to somebody else.
I think if they ever recast it, it has to fit in. Don't recast him. Just kind of get and look, I'm not going to go on more about it because I don't know enough about what's going on. All I'm saying is I'm glad they didn't recast him. I'm looking forward to seeing it. I do think it will be good. I really do. I'm just scared about the overhype. And we will know more about this time next week. Tune in. We'll know all about the film. We've probably seen it by then, and we'll give you more on that. But
maybe we'll do a live review.
Yeah, maybe. But for now, let us know in the comments below what do you think, and like and subscribe. But for those who are here, what do you guys think? Are you looking forward to seeing it? Do you care? Do you think I was right about him not being recast, or do you think he should have been? Let us know. What you reckon?
All right, so we got Phil, the expectation of Marvel movies has fallen since Endgame / Spider-Man No Way Home. So feel like this will knock it out of the park by being best movie since then by far. I agree, because honestly, like when you really look at Endgame and Spider-Man No Way Home, they're not really good movies. Like, I mean, as in a aspect of like storytelling.
Yeah. I mean, building up to the Avengers Endgame, there was a clear, direct kind of, and we followed it even with the post-credit scenes, we followed it. And it feels like when we hit Endgame, they're going into phase 4, but it's a bit messy. It's a bit weaker. There's no real narrative what's going on. And this is the movie, which is still kind of feels part of the Avengers. So this is the movie that will kind of give us that feel back again, I think, and yeah, I agree with you there. Sorry.
Super Clark says, doesn't mean it will be as good as some other phase 3 movies.
No, it doesn't, but it might be.
Luis says
Louise.
Tickets are pre-booked already for next week. Looking forward to see it.
Good.
Marvel movies have been very fan service movies, so no surprise they didn't recast them.
Didn't.
Giselle says, I think they did the right thing.
Me too.
And then I think so too. I think it would have been right for them to do that.
Seems to be going about it's kind of, they didn't recast him, and it's all going to be about the loss of him and how to survive and what's going on. I really think that, and to make it feel, I actually, you know what, Marvel. I mean, you get on my nerves, Marvel, but I'm going to give you 2 thumbs up for that. Really do. For not
me too. Because that was a smart choice on them. That was a really good choice. Smart move on their part.
Any more comments?
Let's see. Phase 4 has been disappointing, but hopeful for phase 5.
Yeah, it's not.
You know what? Phase 4 has been kind of like,
Yeah. I think it's lost its build. I think they peaked. They blew their load, you could say, with Endgame, and then after that, everyone was kind of like, "Where do we go now? How do you?" peak like
Yeah,
that.
but there hasn't really been a good story. Like, I get it that I feel like they're world building and then they're also trying to set the stage for the next movie. But at the same time, like, we got to be honest here. Like, these ain't really good stories that they're telling. You know, they're not really telling good stories. The characters that they're introducing are pretty meh and pretty like, who cares? You know. So
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, I feel like they're not really building. I don't know. I gotta see what they do next. But the fact that the major villain is being introduced in freaking Ant-Man, which is one of their lowest performing movies, I think
Yeah.
that says a lot.
Okay.
And
Well,
then Jim randomly says, what did we think of Pearl? I have not watched Pearl yet.
I
It's on
watched
the list.
Pearl the other day. I actually enjoyed it. I mean, it's not the greatest thing. I thought it looked really nice. I mean, I mean, as I said, if I was a director, that's how I'd want a film to look. The colors, the vibrance, everything. It looked great. I thought the story was pretty decent. It wasn't the greatest. I thought the acting was good. Some tension was good. Actually, really. What did you think of it, Jim?
I'm pretty sure he loved Pearl. Was so good. He says it's good. Giselle says she loved it. I'm probably gonna watch that today.
It's definitely enjoyable. Yeah, definitely worth a watch. I mean, again, not blowing you away. It is an 8.
Yeah, because I just watched Barbarian last night, so Pearl's on the list. Pearl's on the list. I need to watch Pearl.
It is an 8.4. It's not going to blow you away, but it's definitely a solid movie.
I need to watch Bodies. I need to watch Men. I need to watch that new. What is that new movie? Deliver Us from Evil or something like that.
No, you've heard of that. But
yeah, it's the one that it's the one about some lady, like somebody being possessed. It's another possession movies.
See you all soon, you royal boobs. I can't wait.